Hey guys, yeah, I'm like about 16 years late on this, but I decided to do the book vlog thing mostly because I have rice cooking in the kitchen and that takes about 20 minutes and I figured this would take about 20 minutes, so that's why I'm doing this. You can thank my new rice maker. Okay, I will just get into the questions. Show or tell us about the most valuable book in your collection, either for monetary or sentimental value. I'm picking this book. Oops, no, this one. This one, which is Damage by Amanda Jenkins, or A.M. Jenkins is her author name, but Amanda was my advisor last semester. I think everybody knows, but I'm in a master's, an MFA program in writing for children and young adults. So Amanda was my advisor last semester. She was amazing, and so at the end of the semester, I asked her to sign this book for me. So she wrote, to Heather, a wonderful writer, I'm looking forward to reading your future books. And when I read it, I kind of almost teared up, and I really just appreciated that. So this book is also wonderful, Damage by A.M. Jenkins. You should all read it. Okay, so what are your literary pet peeves? I have a lot, actually. You know, I don't know. Grammar mistakes in books bother me, but that's not really the author's fault. I mean, nobody's perfect, mostly. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like really things that really have bothered me in books, like books that I really hate with a passion. This is a hard question, Julie. I don't like this question. Okay, moving on because this is really long already. I'm actually gonna, I think, kind of skip around on these. I'm gonna do the favorite non-book literary possession, show/tell us about where you read, and then some of the later ones. And you might get a little seasick, sorry, because I'm gonna move my camera, which is attached to my computer. So here we go. Let's not get seasick. Ooh, this is kind of fun. That was like a movie effect. Okay, so this is my bookshelves here. I'm gonna back up a little so you can see them better. Oh, this is really a shitty camera job, Heather. I do not have a future as a camera operator. Those are my bookshelves. That's like picture books and middle grade up there. And then moving down, this is kind of okay. I don't know, I still feel like I'm making you sick. This is where my YA starts. And then this is the Harry Potter shelf, which is like an anomaly. And then YA continues. My hair's in the way. And then YA goes another shelf. And then it's like YA and nonfiction. And then this shelf in the middle is my all my signed books, which is 90% YA, but there is some adult bookage in there. And then this is my adult fiction with a little bit of poetry and some nonfiction. But this is most of my adult fiction over here. So, yeah. So I don't know, that's like how many books that is. I'm not going to count for you. I don't really know. And then I have like my library books are on my desk, which is right there. Library books, and they're organized like the ones in the corner over by the wall are my books I'm using for my thesis, and the one closer are just regular library books. So yeah. But my favorite non-book literary possession, so I really like Harry Potter. And I have this whole wall, or one of my shelves is all Harry Potter stuff, like just Harry Potter, so I have all the books here. And then I have a bunch of like little tchotchke, yeah, I just said tchotchke, that happened, things. So I have like a wand, and I have like a Honeydukes thing, and another wand, and the 3D glasses from the premiere, and some other, like a butterbeer glass, and some other stuff. I also have up here, which I'm going to get down maybe. Okay, I'm not going to get it down. It's like stuck on the corner. The Sorting Hat. And it's a puppet. It's really cool. I was going to put it on my head, but I'm clearly about to drop my computer. So that's up there. All of my Harry Potter stuff is my favorite non-book literary possession. This is also where I read, is in that corner over there with my chair and my books. And there's like a really cute lamp, which is really bright and gouging your eyes out right now. But that's where I like to read. I usually read over there or here, over here on my couch. There. This is my new apartment, by the way, guys. Hi, welcome to my home. God, this is really a bad job. Oh my God, this is like the worst camera job ever. I know. So usually on my couch with Millie, and Millie's on the bed in the other room. she's being a pooper. That's my hair. Or there. So one of the two places. Now we're going to go put the camera down so I stop making you guys sick. Give up a literary confession, something I do. I don't dog ear my pages, or I do this a lot, like for school. This is one of the books I'm using for my critical thesis. Really good, Many Stones by Carolyn Coman. Awesome. Let's see what Prince or Prince Honor. Really, really good. But I do this for school. Use little, what are these things called? Post-it thingy, mabobbers. So I do that for school, but I don't dog ear. But I'll be reading and I'll be like, oh, why are you doing that? That's really stupid. And I'll say it out loud. And I think that would probably annoy people if you were reading next to me. So I would imagine that would be annoying. Just don't read next to me. And I think that I get irrationally annoyed at characters for things that most people wouldn't be annoyed at them for. I think it's hard for me to really love a book. It has to be a really, really good book. I didn't cry at The Fault in Our Stars. You probably all hate me. I have no soul, clearly. I loved it. I just didn't cry. I know I have no soul. So there. That's my literary confession. I didn't cry at The Fault in Our Stars. Book or genre is your guilty pleasure? Picture books. I love picture books. And it's not a guilty pleasure to me. I love young adult books. I do. I'm not embarrassed by it. I also love middle grade. Not embarrassed by that at all. And I'm not embarrassed to love picture books because they're wonderful. But it's like I have to read them for school, and I really enjoy reading them, though. They're just these fun little bite-sized pieces of enjoyment, and I think that they can provide just as much entertainment and wonder for adults as they can for children. Describe your biggest fangirl moment relating to books. I'm going to try to edit this picture in over me talking right now, and I think this is probably my biggest moment. So Libba Bray was the writer-in-residence at my last residency at BCFA, like in January, just a month or so ago. So she was like very approachable then. Usually the writers in residence just kind of like do a speech and then go home, but she stayed for 5 days and we had like luncheons with her. And I felt like every time she was at a public event, like when she came to the wine pit or when she came to lunch, we just ended up sitting next to each other. And so we talked a lot, and like we have some inside jokes now, like that all girls who write in live journals are bitches. And I was saying this to her, and as I was saying it, I was like, oh, sure, I think like Libba Bray uses live journal. It was kind of funny, but she laughed it off. It was really cool. Anyway, I ended up putting a temporary tattoo on her face, which was really cool. That was pretty fangirly. But I felt like we were just doing it as friends and as fellow writers, and not as like, I'm a fan and you're a writer. So probably my biggest fangirl moment was when I met Lauren Myracle, because I love Shine. Like, I read that book a year ago, and I still put that in, like, I can't get that book out of my head. I loved it so much. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Everybody should read Shine. I've given you like 10 book recommendations. I need to stop that. So, because I couldn't stop gushing about how much I loved it, and I sounded like a crazy person, but I really loved it. So, yeah. What book have you reread the most times? Harry Potter series, probably the first one because I start over. So probably, if we're gonna split hairs, I'm gonna call the Harry Potter series one book because I know that doesn't count. Probably Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, because I tend to start over from the beginning, and obviously that's the first book, and so every time that a new book came out, I started over at the beginning. So yeah, but definitely that book I've read more than any other book. Although let me show you. Hang on, pause, because that might not be true. I forgot. Okay, so when I was a teenager, I really loved this book, Youth in Revolt. So I actually might have read this book more than I've read Harry Potter, because look at my copy. Look at it. It's like, this is a joke. There's a page duct taped in there, and like, look at the cover. I mean, this is a joke, right? This is a joke. But I also loaned it out to a bunch of people. This is the back. Look at this. This is like falling apart. I do have a new copy now, but it's a movie version, so I'm never gonna read it. I prefer this version. But because the movie version has like Michael Cera's face on it, and he looks all weird. I'm not gonna read that. Oh, do you lend books to friends? If so, how do you make sure you get the back? I lend books to friends that I trust, not to everybody. I have lost a few books. I almost didn't get my copy of Johnny Got His Gun back, which would not have been acceptable ever. But to friends I trust, I lend them, and I know that friends I trust and friends that I see a lot, and I just know that I'll get them back. Yeah, I guess that's it. This was really long, so I'm going to edit a lot of this out. But yeah, this was fun. Okay, bye.